Your business exists because you had the idea to start it. Everything begins in our minds. That's why your business results cannot outgrow your current level of thinking. Do you want to serve more clients, make more money, without working more or burning yourself out? Grow yourself first as a leader of your business, because that's who you are, a leader, even if you're the only person in your business right now. When you lead yourself first, the business results will always follow. My name is Maggie. I'm an international business and leadership coach, an expert in business mindset, strategy, and high performance. I created the Diamond Effect podcast to help you elevate your thinking, expand your perspective, and through it, grow your business without overwhelm. So let's get started. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Effect Podcast episode 211. This one is for my fellow high achievers and productivity guilt. Very often, the hustle culture, the being constantly on and taking pride in not taking time off on vacation is being glorified, but some big names out there. But this episode is for those of you who are high achievers and have been running in the pattern of the more I work, the more success I get. And at the same time, deep down, you really would like to be able to take time off and thoroughly enjoy it rather than whenever you take time off, whether it's a day, a week, or even an hour, you have the guilt running with your brain and everywhere saying, oh, you're not working, you're not productive, therefore something must be wrong. You're not going to get where you want to get. I coach a couple of my clients recently about it. I've been myself dealing through it and working through it because this is not how I want to run my business and my life through constant hustle. Yes, I am a high achiever. Yes, I'm very ambitious. I have big vision and plans to grow my business. And at the same time, it's important to me to have a very holistic life, spend quality personal time with people that are close to me, with my family, my friends that I love, take time off to rest and recharge and not feel guilty about it. And it's been a journey for me. So I want to share a little bit of my journey. I want to normalize the fact that even though you might be feeling productivity guilt right now whenever you try to take time off, that does not have to be that way. And if you do want to lead your life more sustainably in a more balanced way, you can get there. And I'll show you today how. So let's start with my own story. I definitely was raised in a culture and environment where being productive, and I'm not saying effective, but doing something was more welcome than sitting on the couch and doing nothing, where that being busy, doing something productive or helpful was glorified, worth taking time off and enjoying it, not as much. Even my own grandmother, I remember when she was visiting us with my grandpa for holidays like Christmas or Easter and so on. She would always keep herself busy, help my mom with the meals, with cleaning and so on, which was great. But then when it came to the time to enjoy an afternoon on a Christmas day or a Sunday after the meals and the dishes were done, my grandma could not sit longer than 5 minutes. Very often, I remember her sitting for 5 minutes, getting all impatient and hurrying my grandpa to start getting ready and get home. Whereas my grandpa was always, hey, let's stay. I want to play with my grandkids. Now is the time to relax, to have a great conversation, to watch a movie. My grandma could not bear that. Then the second part to, let's say, my upbringing as a hustler was corporate culture. I've spent, 15 plus years in a corporate, and there was definitely this unsaid role where you had to look busy, right? To justify you being paid your salary, whether you had something to do. Most of the time in my roles, I had more to do than hours in the day. So it wasn't like I was pretending to be busy. But sitting in the office 8 to 6 or 7 to 7 or whatever it was at the time put me in that habit of constantly working, habit of eating at my desk, never taking a break, not having enough time and thinking that I'm always busy, that I'm not in control of my schedule, which then required intentional breaking of that habit when I started my own business and also the way I felt about it. So then when you layer on my own high achiever personality, for me wanting to do well, me wanting to accomplish a lot of things, having big goals and big vision, when you layer all of that on, I definitely used to feel weird when I had time off, whether it was weekends, going on vacation. I enjoy to travel, but it used to take me days, sometimes even almost the whole week of vacation to actually feel relaxed and calm and start truly enjoying the time and not have my head spinning like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Maybe I should have worked on that. And usually those habits are founded on beliefs that we developed over time and never questioned. One of mine was that not working meant waste of time. Not feeling like I'm productive, like I'm participating, meant waste of time. And I had to break that and I had to change my beliefs and shift them to be able to see rest and recharge and time off as something not only needed in my life to live a well-balanced life, but almost like a necessity for me to even accomplish my professional goal. Let me share with you 3 aha moments and sort of transformations of beliefs that helped me ditch productivity guilt, as one of my clients called it, and also at the end, a 5-step process to help you do the same if that's what you want. So the first one was understanding the science of effectiveness and productivity. And that came with high performance coaching that I did at some point after I burned out in my corporate world. And I'm really driven by understanding how we operate as humans, how our brain operates, the science behind it, and so on. Ultimately, we are the most effective, probably for the short period of maximum 6 hours a day, whether they're first thing in the morning for you or whether they're afternoon. As human beings, we really can be effective, meaning we can focus well and we can be productive within the time. It's about 6 hours a day. After that, we just get tired. Our productivity and effectiveness drops. Therefore, it takes us much longer to complete tasks. We're not as creative. Our ideas are not as good. So you could be working very effectively in a focused way 6 hours and do more and accomplish more than somebody who's working for 12. That was truly a light bulb moment for me, because as I then realized that and started observing the way I was throughout the week, I realized it was true even in my case. Sometimes when I was trying to complete a task at the end of the day, it would take me so long because my brain just couldn't focus. When I started not doing that, finishing the day earlier and then getting to that task first thing in the morning, it would take me 3 times less time to complete the task. The second thing was realizing that not all actions are created equal. There are actions that create a lot of value and a lot of impact in the results that we want to create. And there's busy things that we might be busy and productively doing them, but are not creating the outcomes we want. They're not directly correlated with the results we want. It's not about doing it all. It's about really prioritizing and focusing on the high impact activities that will create everything you want to create in your business or in your career. So that was the second huge aha moment, because so many people try to do it the other way around. They first try to be more productive and more effective with their time, with their never-ending to-do list, without cleaning that list up, without first taking a look, is what I'm trying to do, all of it necessary? Does all of it is required or brings me closer to my goals? When I realized that first you have to be clear which actions are the most valuable, create most impact, and which actions I need to prioritize and what I need not to do, that 10x my effectiveness, and with that, productivity. And then the third lesson and aha moment that created even a core belief in what I do right now is that rest and recharge, time to rest and recharge. And that looks different throughout the year. Those are the weekends, those are breaks and lunches, those are extended time off, like vacation. It's not a luxury or being selfish or just being lazy, however your brain talks about it. Those are necessary for me to accomplish the goals. Those are necessary for me to be a high performer, which means to me being a person who operates at their best, because I think at my best, feel at my best, then accomplish actions at my best, and therefore create the best results possible. That taking time off was a necessity to do that. It was a non-negotiable thing that my body needs in order to operate at its best. Understanding that, internalizing that, helped me get rid of productivity guilt, because I know now that when I'm taking time off, it's for me not only to enjoy my personal life, but to help me accomplish my goals faster in the professional career. Now, I'm not going to say that getting rid of that guilt is easy. Personally, it took me some time, and I'm still working on it. I've been in my business full time for 3.5 years. So it's like fourth summer that I'm just running my business. I don't have a corporate job, anything else. And I can say that only now I feel fully in peace in how I structured my summer, the time that I'm taking off to be with my kids. This summer, I'm taking Fridays off, which in the previous year was just one off here and there. And I'm feeling great about it. And it's not just that I don't have a guilt, but I've actually developed a belief that the way I run my summer, the way I take time off, is actually helping me grow my business, not hindering me from growing it. So before I share with you the 5-step process that's helped me to get here, is that it's a process. It might take time, and that's okay. So only because if you're taking vacation now and somehow you're feeling guilty about it, or you're not enjoying it as much as you would like to, that does not mean it will never happen. And I'm talking from experience, because I was just coaching my client recently who came back from the first vacation in a while, not so long ago, early summer, late spring. And they took that vacation, but they weren't feeling as good as they wanted to. Better than they used to, hence we coached on it, but not as good as they wanted to. However, they're already planning the next vacation in the fall. And even though they feel some resistance to it, they're putting themselves in that situation because they know it will benefit them. Having that relaxation time, recharge time was very beneficial to them. They also learned that their business can still keep growing and be okay while they're doing it. So it's possible. Another story I have is one of my clients who had a very established business, brick and mortar. And when I started coaching with them, they did not take any extended time off, any extended vacations for 7 years. They were working till 2 a.m. in the morning, most of the days of the week, really exhausted. And after a year coaching together, not only did their business grow 25% without even switching the location, and even though they were established and known and they thought that they capped their growth potential, not only did the business grow, but my clients stopped working to 2 a.m. and worked more regular hours and took amazing vacation, first one in 7 years. So all of it is possible. You just need to allow yourself to go through the process of getting there. So the first step is for you to create time off, no work opportunities to start experiencing not being in the hustle mode and not working. And depending on where you are, that might mean just the weekend or one day off, or it might mean taking extended vacation, something you haven't done in a while. It's okay that it's gonna feel weird for you, that you might not feel at ease with it, but without creating those opportunities and putting yourself in that situation, you will never get to the point where you're actually enjoying it and truly resting and recharging. The second step is, once you're in it, you want to notice or how you feel about it, right? So you want to build self-awareness of those feeling of unease, maybe feeling a bit guilty and trying to do something. Like really understand how do you behave and accept that this is normal for a high achiever who's been raised a certain way or has worked and operated a certain way for many years and developed certain habits. There's nothing wrong. It's normal because you want your brain, and also because your brain resists change, right? As human beings, we don't like change. So putting yourself in a different situation, your brain will be like, what's this? I don't know if therefore I don't like it. So it's okay to feel that. You just want to step 2, start noticing it, being curious about it, and accepting it as a normal part of the process. Step 3, now you want to start building a proof why being off and enjoying it and not feeling guilty about it is an important thing for you to do, right? So now you want to start showing to your brain, okay, why is this important? So I call it like building a bank of proof for what you want to achieve. So for me, let's say, so in my case, for example, I've noticed that when I have 3 days off in a row and I take time to spend with my husband and my kids, I am more excited to go back to my business on Monday. I don't feel that Monday dread. I am excited to see my clients. I'm excited to do whatever I need to do. So every time I feel that, I pause and intentionally remind myself, see, it's because you had enough rest. It's because you brought more balance into your kind of weekly life, and that's why you feel excited about it. Another thing is realizing that my business can still grow even when I'm off and having fun. My inquiries of clients are still coming in. Clients are paying invoices. There's things that are happening. So noticing that and showing yourself, you see, my business still grows, can build that belief that it's okay for me to be off. I don't need to work 24/7 in order to make certain amount of money or accomplish certain goals. There's things that work for me even when I'm off. Another thing that helps me build that proof of why time off is great and I don't have to feel guilty is just seeing my loved ones enjoy that time and me catching also the moments where I feel amazing and really creating core memories with this, being grateful for those moments, cherishing those moments, make them more so valuable and precious. Which leads me to step 4. As those moments happen, and in the beginning, there might be less of them than there are you sitting in your head feeling guilty about not being productive. But as those moments happen, you want to notice them. You want to pause. You want to cherish them. your goal will be to build that up to when you feel that amazing feeling every time you're off, every time you pause and you're not busy or productive in a sense that you were taught. And then step 5 is really about being patient and compassionate with yourself, understanding that this might take time, that you might take multiple weekends, long weekends off, or multiple vacation, and intentionally practice what I just taught you in order to feel the way you really want to feel. And that's okay. I really love that saying that I want to always remember and live by is that we don't live to work, we actually work to live, right? And as much as our business is our passion and we would love to spend all the time in it, but really when you pause and think about what else is important for me in my life, the answer probably will not be just my business, right? Being intentional about building a holistic life the way you want it, right? The way it doesn't have to be like mine or somebody else's. You get to decide. But as human beings, we're more complex than just work or just money or just one thing. So understanding what you want out of life and taking intentional stuff to build it, which as the CEO of your business, as a leader of your business, you have all the flexibility and privilege to do. Why not do it? It's worth it. I promise you. And if you need help because you're terrified of trying to do it alone, I can help. I can help you grow your business while creating the life you love. All you need to do is talk to me. I offer complimentary consultation calls. I'll leave a link in the show notes and I can show you how creating a holistic full life while being successful in business is possible for you as well. Thanks. Thank you for listening today. If this podcast resonated with you, please come back. Also, you can leave a review on whatever platform you're listening. And if you have a suggestion, question, or a topic you would like me to talk about, let's get in touch via email. Email me at maggie@stairwaytoleadership.com. See you in the next episode.